American Fugitive by Shingo Zhang. Chapter 26 The Country Bumpkin. At noon, Luo Yanfang drove into the underground parking lot of a shopping mall. She got out of the car and saw Sun Peiwen walking toward her. The two exchanged greetings. She smiled and winked at him. He nodded and walked over. While shaking her hand, he handed a small paper bag to her. The Ministry of National Security took your audio cassette away this morning. She looked at him, her mouth agape with incredulity. Sun turned and left. Yanfang got into her car and called Ren-Yee. How did it go? Yanfang said deliberately. How did what go? Did you buy it? She knew what he meant, and said calmly. I got it. Can we meet? Okay. Yanfang knew where they were supposed to meet. Goodbye, Ren-Yee said. Goodbye, Yanfang said calmly. Yanfang got in her car and drove toward the exit. On the road to the Wangjin Hotel, she smiled, because she handed the cassette to Sun Peiwen last night, and Sun made the swap just before he had to turn the cassette to someone else. As she entered the front gate of the hotel, she saw several cars lining up before the ticket booth of a multi-story parking lot. She waited in line. A silver car stopped outside the main entrance of the Wangjin Hotel. Boss Chu got out, and the car moved away. Boss Chu walked up the stairs toward the entrance. He saw Luo Yanfang's car waiting in line. After entering the hotel lobby, he made a call. Get Wenbin over here. Luo Yanfang is in Wangjin. She drives a beige car. The parking garage had 5 stories. Yanfang drove to a relatively empty floor and stopped. Moments later, Ren-Yee came. He walked up to the car, got inside. Did it go smoothly? His voice was filled with excitement. Yes. Yanfang took out the paper bag from her tote. Ren-Yee took the bag and looked inside. He took out the cassette, looked at both sides. This is just great. After putting the bag with the cassette into his trouser pocket, he reached out to Yanfang and they hugged. He said, I am so happy. Thank you, Yanfang said. You got what you wanted. It's not over yet. I have to take it back to the United States. You will leave. What about me? Ren-Yee pulled back his hands. You will be fine. Yanfang shook her head in annoyance. She knew that they would not be able to see each other for several years. What will we become the next time we meet? She asked herself. Will today's intimacy become ancient dust? Nobody knows. A black car moved into the same floor and parked not far from Yanfang's beige car. 3 young men, all of them Boss Chu's employees, were inside the car. Wenbin sat on the passenger seat. The man sitting in the back seat had nickname Long Hair. Both were among the thugs who destroyed Shunan Car Rental Company's office. With a cell phone in one hand, Wenbin said, I saw her car. Both of them are inside. It's perfect. Boss Chu's voice came over the phone. Take them to the construction site on Huiji Road. There is no one there. No problem. Director Xiao and I will be there. We will teach them a lesson. Got it. Wenbin hung up. Ren-Yee and Yanfang got out of the beige car. Ren-Yee walked over to her, and the two hugged. The black car suddenly moved in and stopped in front of Ren-Yee and Yanfang. The 3 men got out, walked up to Ren-Yee, and surrounded him. Wenbin turned to Luo Yanfang. Madam, sorry to scare you. Can't bear to let him go. Such a handsome guy. If it were me. Ren-Yee clenched his fist. He wanted to punch Wenbin in the face. But he did not move. Wenbin said, Want to hit me? And gestured to the other men. 2 men came up to Ren-Yee. Each held up Ren-Yee's one arm. Wenbin punched Ren-Yee in the face. Then he punched Ren-Yee on his abdomen. Ren-Yee bent his body in pain. The 2 men quickly dragged and pushed Ren-Yee into the back seat of the black car. Luo Yanfang was shocked by the violence. She wanted to call for help, but couldn't, because she knew Xiao Zichang was behind it. She was also afraid of exposing the audio tape to the police. Wenbin told Yanfang, Please come with us too. She stood still. But Long Hair pushed her into the back of the car. Ren-Yee was in the middle of the back seat, still bent over in pain. Yan-Fang sat on his right-hand side, filled with anger for Xiao Zichang. Wen Bin, who sat in the passenger seat, turned around and told Luo Yan-Fang in Wuhan dialect. We didn't treat you right. I am very sorry. We just followed orders from our boss. Please don't take this into your heart in the future. Yan-Fang could sense that Wen Bin was perhaps afraid of her. But she ignored him. The black car entered Hankow through the Wuhan Second Bridge, over the Yangtze River. Wen Bin looked back and saw Ren-Yee's bulging pocket. He told Long Hair. He's got something in his pants pocket. Search him. Ren-Yee covered his left pants pocket with a hand. Long Hair raised his arm and hit Ren-Yee's head from the side, knocking him unconscious. Long Hair took the paper bag from Ren-Yee's pocket and passed it to Wen Bin, who found the paper bag was sealed with a tape. Wen Bin tore open the bag and saw the English words, Born to be Wild, on the cassette's label. Wen Bin said, It's probably an English album. Long Hair said, Let me take a look. Wen Bin showed the cassette to Long Hair and asked, Do you know what it is? Long Hair shook his head. The driver said, Let me take a look. Wen Bin gave the cassette to the driver, who looked at it and said in English, Born to be, wild. Born to be wild? Hey, you can read English. You are pretty good, Wen Bin said. I used to listen to English courses through radio. The driver said proudly. I can still remember some of it. Too bad we cannot hear the songs in it, Wen Bin said. Ren-Yee reached out to grab the cassette, but Yan-Fang pulled his hand back. The driver returned the cassette to Wen Bin. Long Hair said, People listen to music on their phones now. Who would listen to an audio cassette? Wen Bin agreed. That's right. Although he has a PhD. From the West, he is a country bumpkin in his bones. The three men laughed. The black car entered an alley. On the right-hand side, a new residential area was half complete. On the left-hand side, another construction site had temporary walls covered with posters about Chinese medicines, soft drinks, and other products. No pedestrian and no other vehicle was in sight. The black car slowed down and started to turn into a gate on the left-hand side. Ren-Yee took the opportunity and punched Long Hair's head with his left hand, knocking him out. Ren-Yee then punched the driver, whose head knocked on the steering wheel, and the car smashed into a gatepost. Wen Bin and Ren-Yee got out of the car. Wen Bin threw a punch at Ren-Yee. Ren-Yee ducked and punched Wen Bin in the face. Wen Bin's nose bled. Yan-Fang got out of the car. Ren-Yee took out a pepper spray from a pants pocket and sprayed it on Wen Bin. Then he walked to the car and sprayed it on the driver and Long Hair. Ren-Yee took the cassette and paper bag on the passenger seat. The three abductors were left screaming in pain. Ren-Yee took Yan-Fang's hand and walked quickly toward the intersection ahead. She was overjoyed. I didn't know you could do that. I'm from Oakland. There are hooligans making trouble there every day. She asked. What kind of spray was that? Pepper spray. I brought it from America. From time to time, Ren-Yee would look behind him as they walked. He saw a gray car entering the alley. Ren-Yee said, A car is coming from behind. Can you recognize it? Yan-Fang looked back. It's Xiao Zichang's car. Don't stop. Hurry up. The gray car stopped before the crashed black car. Xiao Zichang got out and immediately turned his eyes to the man and woman walking away in the distance. Aren't they Ho Ren-Yee and Luo Yan-Fang? In a quick rage, Xiao Zichang drew his pistol and aimed to shoot, when Ho Ren-Yee and Luo Yan-Fang turned right at the intersection. Xiao Zichang reluctantly holstered his pistol. Out of the alley, Ren-Yee waved for a taxi. A taxi pulled to the roadside. Yan-Fang and Ren-Yee got in. Ren-Yee said, Long-distance bus terminal. The taxi pulled away. Xiao Zichang asked Wen Bin angrily, How could you let him run away? Wen Bin said, We couldn't open our eyes. You didn't search his pockets? We did. We didn't find pepper spray. We found an old cassette. Xiao Zichang was taken aback. An audio cassette? The driver said. It was a very old cassette. It had English songs on it. Xiao Zichang became anxious. What was on the cassette label? Born to be Wild. Xiao Zichang knew that the Ministry of National Security had taken the cassette. He could not believe his ears. Did you see it clearly? The driver said. Yes. Did someone from the Ministry of National Security give the cassette to Ren-Yee? Xiao Zichang had no idea what happened. But he knew things had gone very badly. He pounded on the black car's roof with a fist. That is a state secret. The driver was dumbfounded. We thought it was just an album. Wen Bin muttered. Boss Chu never talked about it. You are all idiots. Inside the taxi, Yanfang said. I will pick up my car at Wanjin Hotel. Ren-Yee said. Don't pick up the car. It's too dangerous. You're right. Ren-Yee told the taxi driver. We will get off at the next intersection. The taxi stopped after an intersection. Ren-Yee and Yanfang got out. On the sidewalk, pedestrians rushed to their destinations. Ren-Yee and Yanfang talked as they walked. You hide first, Ren-Yee said. See how the situation develops. Come out only when there is no danger. What about you? Asked Yanfang. I will also hide. I will find a way. How will we contact each other? He stopped walking and said, Wait for my call. But I may not have time to contact you. He held her in his arms. He told himself in his mind, Now I must separate from Luo Yanfang. That is the best way to proceed. Otherwise, very bad things will happen. Ren-Yee said, Find a reliable friend. Hide in her house. Goodbye. Where are you going? Don't worry about me. Where should I hide? Asked Yanfang. You don't need to worry about me. Find a place for yourself. You are a brave woman. Yanfang said, If I can't go to work, won't I lose my job? Request a temporary leave of absence. He knew he must act immediately. He kissed her forehead and added, Hide immediately. I'm sorry. I have to leave. What should I do? How will I go on without you? Find a way to live. Ren-Yee walked away in the cruelest fashion. Yanfang stood on the sidewalk. She wanted to escape with Ren-Yee. But he obviously wouldn't take her along. A few days ago, Yanfang understood that once she participated in this endeavor, she might face danger. But she did not expect that she would enter a miserable situation so soon. She felt being cheated. Ren-Yee is the biggest liar. She was the deputy head of an organization department. She was convinced that she knew how to read people, but Ren-Yee confused her. I always thought that Ren-Yee was a trustworthy person, and a gentleman. How could this happen? Xiao Zichang walked to his car. He was surprised that Luo Yanfang was with Ren-Yee. He did not expect to be shamed again. Ren-Yee had just added insult to injury by escaping with the audio cassette again. Xiao tried his hard to suppress his anger. He started his car and drove slowly. He wanted to report directly to Lu Wenhui at the nearby Municipal Public Security Bureau, but he could not discuss the audio cassette's whereabouts without admitting that he got some thugs to attack Ren-Yee. Feeling that he needed time to figure things out, Xiao Zichang decided to return to Wuchang Branch Bureau first. He thought about what to do while driving. When his car entered Wuchang Branch Bureau's compound, Xiao Zichang figured out his next move. Inside the parking lot, Xiao called Boss Chu in his car. Boss Chu. Director Xiao. What's going on? Do you have a pen? Chu said. I have a pen. Write this down. Go ahead. Xiao Zichang said. Tell Wen Bin to come to Wuchang Branch Bureau alone to make a report. He should say the following. Xiao Zichang was anxious to know how the audio cassette got into Ren-Yee's hands, but he couldn't ask Lu Wenhui directly, so he walked to his office and called Wang Xinjiang. Director Xiao, what's up? Wang Xinjiang asked. Send someone to look for Luo Yanfang immediately. Her car is in the Wan Jin Hotel parking lot. If she was found, arrest her immediately. Understand? Understood, Director. Half an hour later, Wenbin walked into Wuchang Branch Bureau to make a report. A young male policeman led him into a small conference room. The policeman asked, "Someone molested a woman?" Wenbin replied, "Yes." "When?" The policeman took notes at the same time. "Noon today." "Location?" "Wanjin Hotel's parking lot," Wenbin said. "I saw a man molesting a woman in the parking lot. I stepped forward to stop him. He punched me. And then? I recognized him as Ren-Yee, the wanted fugitive. I punched him back. An audio cassette in his hand fell to the ground. He took out a pepper spray and used it on me. Then he picked up the cassette and ran away. That's it. That's it." The policeman pushed the report and an ink pad over to Wenbin and said, "Sign here and make a fingerprint." Wenbin complied. A few minutes later, Xiao Zichang received Wenbin's report. He first brought in political commissars Xu and Wang Xinjiang, and showed them the report. Then Xiao forwarded report to his superior Lu Wenhui, who immediately contacted the Ministry of National Security. He learned the audio cassette was safe. Xiao Zichang immediately sent someone to interrogate Lin Janhan, who said that he had made a cassette which looked the same, and that Ren-Yee had the copy. Neither Xiao Zichang nor Lu Wenhui believed Lin Janhan's words, and reported the situation to the Ministry of National Security. At 1:30 in the afternoon, the Wuhan Municipal Bureau sent wanted notice with Ren-Yee's photo to all branch bureaus. Thousands of policemen stared searching the fugitive at railway stations, airports, long-distance bus terminals, and ferries. The police also set up checkpoints on highways and searched every vehicle for Ren-Yee.